All right, so we have got ourselves another user-submitted replay here for me to review. Um, this user replay was sent by number 5. And this is... I went ahead and reviewed this game before I started. It's a liberal win. The way liberals win this game is pretty darn interesting. This is a very memorable sort of game. And I'll explain why as we go on. So, pretty good start for fascist. Lib gov gets red, red, red with no info. So that kind of sucks. And then 2 gets red, red, red. So starting off, we have a -2 deck state, which sucks, and it's legitimate too. Both governments got red, red, red. The difference is that 6 got immed lib. So it's unfortunate. So we should be seeing some red, blue, blues. Okay, this is a terrible pick, by the way. You should never be picking 7. You should be picking 4. Okay, so that's a meta thing. When the first 2 govs are both red and red, you're gonna err on the side of caution. Say one of them probably got a blue, and there are 3 people. In case there's a fash gov, which in this case it's 2-6. You'd play 3-4, then 4-7, and then 7-3, with the assumption that if all the fascists are in here, it's kind of the reverse 1-2-5-6 meta essentially. You have decent info on 1 and 2. One of them might have double ditched with 5 or 6, or might just be fascist with 5 or 6. And so this triangle should be lib heavy, and in this case it is. And that's the essentially the point of the meta. So the fact that he picked 7 here is really bad, and 7 even conflicts him, so it's even worse. So you have still a -2 deck state, and 7-3 is just conflicted. The gut response of any liberal is going to be to SC6, because 6 can only be fascist with 2 and 7 when you're in C3. And even if 7-2 is fash, it's possible 6 is still a liberal, and that 1-4-5 has the last fascist. And so that's exactly what happens. That's an unfortunate thing. I think on a -2 deck state, the best SC is 4. And that doesn't mean 4 is always liberal, by the way. 4 can be fascist as well. But at the same time, the only person that can really be against it is 2. They're the only person that has extra info in the game. And really, they can only 9 if 6 is 9ing, because then they know a liberal is 9ing. Or quote unquote a liberal. Anyway, 6 picks 2. This is, yeah. There should be more 9s than this, in my opinion. There should be some resistance. The fact that 3-7 both should be pretty suspicious. That's just terrible. So he only gets RBB here, which is in and of itself pretty unbelievable. The fact that he ditches a blue is also pretty bad, because he I mean, you're immed lib on a currently -2 deck state. You're going to keep the deck state on a -2 with this ditch. And you're never going to convince anybody you're liberal if 2 decides to play the red with you. But at the same time, that's all bullshit, because he knows 2 is fascist. He knows that 3-7 has the last liberal, and 1-4-5 has only 1. So at the end of the day, this is the correct play to make. I'm just saying, in other games where you're not getting the gun like this, it would be better for you to play RBB, or to claim RBB, even if you get red, red, blue, because you want the deck state to be in your favor, not against you. This is an exception to that case. He shoots a liberal, of course, and liberals are going to top deck it out. And here you can see, okay, turn 5 it is, right? After turn 4, fascists have 4 cards down, and a liberal is shot. And I'm pretty sure they out. Let's check the chats, see if it becomes outed. I mean, 4-6 claims red, blue, blue, right? So let's find out where in the chat we are. Let's see. Okay, there's 2-6. Party member of Lib team gets the thing. I see 6. Claims RBB. Yeah, they out. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see whether or not 6 outs. So at this point in the game, I'm just going to click this a bunch of times because there's no more govs that are passing. And here's where things get interesting because the first top deck is blue. Second top deck is blue. Third top deck is blue. Fourth top deck is blue. So that's 4 blues in a row. That's exceedingly against the odds. And then we have one more top deck to go through, and the astute observers will realize that it's not like 2 reds can get played in one gov. So this is a game that should almost never happen. This is about as low odds a game as there can be. The fact that there were 5 blues in a row is just substantial. Let's go back to Gov 5. So, just to be clear, right? This is still on the first deck, okay? This is on the first deck, and 6 got red, blue, blue. So think about that for a second. That means 3 got 1 blue. So, and then 6 got 2 blues, and they ditched both of them. So there's only 3 blues and 5 here. Odds are they're going to get one of them, even if they top deck this first blue, which they do. The next one should be, red 50% of the time. It's kind of unfortunate the second one's blue, but that's okay. Now you've got 2 reds and 1 blue, right? So higher odds. Well, unfortunately, they get 3 blues in a row. That means the bottom 2 cards were both red, and it was a 6 blue deck, even though 1 and 2 both got 3 reds. That's crazy enough. But on this next deck, you've got 3 blues out of 10. Okay? So 70% odds you're going to top deck this first red. 70% odds here. And they top deck a blue. Now there's only 2 blues left in 9. So 2 in 9 chance of winning right here for Liberals. And a 7 in 9 chance of top decking a red. And they top deck the blue. So this is about the lowest odds possible. I think I will do the calculation later and find out what the actual odds of that are and try to post a comment. If somebody wants to beat me to it, they can. I don't mind at all. And again, not much actual sort of information you can gain here. Maybe just don't trust 6 so quickly. SC4 next time. I don't know. But 4 can be fascist and 6 can be liberal. So, you never know. Just kind of talk it out with people and see what people are willing to yaw, I guess. And you really should be thinking about who deserves the gun more, considering how low the blues are. But with that, I will leave you guys. See you guys later in the next replay.